it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told ya I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck. Country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head, I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, now you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now. Drive a race car like a target. I'm caught filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on you. Don't even want to slide on you. Do a backflip, cause I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. I'm a warrior, I go back to back, then go back to back. If I top the top, then a double back, and I'm topping that. Yeah, I beat my own records. Yeah, I gotta get money fetish. Same team, I don't set trip. Never dull, this electric. Went and put the Ricks on my toes. Me and bro, that's the give and go. Stay 100, end zone. Keep them coming. I know. I won't flood my wrist, no, I'm not dumb like that. No. I just wanna give my mama 100 racks. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, go home.
Let's go. It's time for the bottom line. Let's go. Welcome to the Bottom Line Canteen. I'm Flo, and it's the Bottom Line.
Let's get it, bro. Let's get it, man.
What's going on?
Go hard or go home. Go hard or go home, Flo.
Yeah,
go hard or go home.
We took a week off.
Go home. We back.
Let's go. Let's go. Episode 17. Took a little break last week. Just a little refresher break. Episode 17. We're still going hard, going strong, and we're back.
One more round.
One more round of it?
Yo.
Okay.
Yo. Go home.
Yeah.
Go home.
All right.
I'm ready, bro. Go ahead.
You ready? All right. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome to the show. The bottom line. Yeah, so we're trying to get up to 500 members by Memorial Weekend. We didn't quite make it to 500. We're at 506 right now as of 3 or 4 days ago. So we thank everybody, all the Facebook group members. 506. I think we're 506. And so thank you very much. Please share this, like this, all that good stuff right now. Share this on your Facebook group. Help us out. We're going for 600 now. And you said we're going to get, you want 1K?
We want 1,000 by Labor Day. 1,000
members. Okay. 1,000 by Labor Day. Okay. Let's go. All right. 1,000 by Labor Day. 1,000 Facebook members. Hopefully we'll make that happen. You guys help us make that happen by sharing this, liking this, commenting, doing all that good stuff. Man, we appreciate you. All right, let's go. All right, so we're heading into the summer. A lot of football coming around. Basketball's about to end. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes, sir.
Let's talk a little bit of football. Let's talk some college football. A lot of rankings out there for the preseason. I know you're excited. You guys finally took the title last year for the first time in a long time. Is that your first one?
Hold on. Let me straighten you.
Okay. I know y'all had a minute.
The last time Georgia won the national championship was 1980. I wasn't even born. I wasn't even thought about it.
Yeah. Okay. So it's been a while, but you won last year. I mean, y'all been so close for the last 20 years. Y'all been close. Last 10 for sure. Y'all had some teams that could have won and fell short.
Right.
Every year. And last year you probably broke through. Had a fun time seeing you win, seeing you stress over that game. It was a fun time. I'm proud of your team.
What stress?
Well, you were stressing, bro.
What stress are you talking about?
Man, you was off camera. Off camera. That's all right. We won't talk about all that. All right, so we got a Athlon, or is it Athlon? Athlon Sports. We're gonna look at theirs and we'll check it out. I think I got it here. Maybe I'll share it on the screen so people can see it. But anyway, let's look at the so the top, basically, let's say the top 10 basically right now, according to Athlon Sports. And these are all pretty close as far as top 10. So here's your top 10 preseason right now. Of course, number 1 is Alabama. They're number 1 as of right now, preseason, but probably stay number 1 going into actual season. These probably aren't going to change too much. They might fluctuate a couple to 1 or 2 or 3, but for the most part, these are going to be your rankings going into the season. Alabama number 1, Ohio State number 2, and like I said, these might fluctuate before the season starts. But Georgia number 3 right now. Clemson's number 4. They got Texas A&M number 5. Michigan number 6. So that's actually pretty good considering they lost a lot on defense. Lost a lot of starters. Notre Dame's number 7 as of right now. And Utah, that kind of surprised me. Utah's number 8. And then, of course, USC, they're number 9. They got the new coach, Lincoln Riley. I think a lot of that's kind of put them into the what you call it, into the into the rankings of top 10. Having Lincoln Riley, the former Oklahoma coach, who moved over to USC. Yeah, he's a good coach.
Yep.
And then Oregon, rounding out the top 10. So as far as the top 10, you guys let us know what you think. So let's go real fast so we kind of remember. Alabama, so it's from 1 to 10, Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, Texas A&M, Michigan, Notre Dame, Utah, USC, and Oregon. So let us know what you think. Is that a good ranking right now for the most part? Is there any agreements or disagreements? What are you thinking, Kenzie?
Hey, bro, so I have no objections at this point.
Okay.
I mean, after Georgia lost everything they lost, Georgia lost about 20 players that went to the draft.
Right.
So I think Alabama will be the perennial powerhouse that wins the national championship this year.
Right.
Nick
Okay.
Nick Saban, it's your time, baby.
Right.
So let me say this, Flo.
What?
Nick Saban, Nick Saban, you want to go on air? You want to call Deion Sanders out? You want to call Jimbo out? You gonna win this year? Whatever you want. It's your time.
Is Nick Saban? He got to come out. I don't know. I think he's used to getting his way as far as the college ranks, and I don't know, calling out Deion. I don't know if that was necessary, but he's kind of changed things. Small school getting some of the top picks. A lot of that is name recognition. A lot of people know Deion. Even people,
Right.
even the people these days who didn't even see him play, they know who Deion Sanders is. 'Cause
Absolutely.
he's been on TV a lot. I mean, everybody knows him. He's got a big personality. So, yeah. So he's always at the combine. A lot of these combines. So a lot of these young players know Deion just from that, even if they didn't even see him play. So yeah, Alabama, they're returning 5 offensive starters, 8 defensive. So I think that's pretty key for them, as far as they're returning a lot of defensive guys. They had a couple of wide receivers that transferred in, Tyler Harrell and Jermaine Burton. That's probably their key, bringing in a couple from there. They still got quarterback Bryce Young, who is probably going to be a Heisman Trophy candidate. And so we'll see what happens there. Bryce Young probably going to go in the top. I don't know what you mean, top 5 in the draft.
Top 5 in the
top
draft.
5,
Yeah,
probably more than likely. As a quarterback, this is going to be a better quarterback batch when you're coming out of this year. I don't know. I don't see Bryce Young staying another season after this year, especially if he's pretty successful. I mean, if they win the championship, for sure he's gone. But I think even if he has just a pretty good season, he's going to be gone. But they have key games against Texas, at Arkansas, A&M, Tennessee, LSU, Ole Miss, Auburn. Some key games. I guess you guys don't play them this year, huh? You guys
Nope.
don't play. Yeah.
No,
You guys got lucky. All right, so Ohio State, they got 6 offensive and 6 defensive starters, so they got a pretty decent. They got about half their offense, half their defense coming back as far as starters. And then Georgia, you only got 3 defensive starters coming back, 7 offensive starters. So yeah, you guys lost a lot on defense. You have to kind of reload on that side of the ball as far as the defense. Probably one of the best defenses in the history of college football, I would say. Last year, you guys had a great defense, and that kind of saved you, I guess, in the end. That defense kind of saved you. Except Alabama lost one of their top receivers last year. I think that really hurt them. I think they lost a couple. I know they lost one before that game, and then they lost one during the game. I think so. I know Minchie got hurt, and Jameson. Is it Jameson?
Jameson, yeah.
Jimmy Williams. Yeah, they lost him during the game. So I think that was big for them. That guy kind of helped you as far as not having to deal with those guys. But you did. Hey, you did. It is what it is. You guys won. And then Clemson has 8 offensive and 8 defensive stars coming back. They have a key transfer, quarterback Hunter Johnson coming back. Coming in. I don't know where he's from. You want to look that up, Kenty? I don't know where he's from.
Who's that? What's his name?
Hunter Johnson. He's a quarterback from. It says it's a key quarterback. I don't know where he came in from, but he must be a high prospect. It looks like he was a senior, maybe a senior transfer. But anyway, so yeah, you got a lot of key personnel coming. That's what
Hunter Johnson's from Brownsburg, Indiana.
Okay.
He's got played
where did he play last year?
Northwestern.
Okay. Apparently he's a pretty decent quarterback for them. I guess they need a quarterback. They're calling him a key transfer. So I don't know if he's going to be key to like backup or a starter, or he's going to he may be playing for the starting job. A&M has got 4 and 5. I think Michigan's a little high. They lost a lot of their defense. That was key to them. I would move Michigan down. Notre Dame's there just because of their name as well. We'll see what happens. I mean, they lost their coach. Anytime you lose your coach, that's big for a program. I mean, look at Oklahoma. They lost their coach.
Their coach, yeah, Lincoln Riley.
And they're not even in the top 10 at this point. And so I don't know how Notre Dame stays in the top. Who's their new coach? Do you know who's Notre Dame's new coach? I can't even remember. Notre Dame.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, because they lost their coach to LSU, right? Their coach. What's his name? What's the new coach over there?
Who's at LSU? I don't even know. LSU is Brian Kelly, one of the Kelly boys.
Brian Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Brian Kelly. He went to LSU, right? He left Notre Dame for LSU. So I don't know who Notre Dame's coach is, but what I'm saying is that you still see that's kind of I don't know. That's
No. Notre Dame got a brother. Okay, I don't know the guy's name.
Right.
Hold on, Flo. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, but what I'm saying is they lost their head coach. I don't see how Notre Dame kind of stays, up that high, losing their coach like that. So, but we'll see what happens. I'm trying to see if it says here. Any first-year coach? Marcus Freeman. Marcus Freeman is their head coach now.
Marcus Freeman. You said right.
Marcus Freeman is the head coach now. It says here in the kind of the narrative here. Who was he? He was one of their assistants, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he was one of So, but he's an African American coach of the. I think that's a tough one for him. I think that's his first head coaching job. That's a tough position for him. You're talking about a powerhouse. That's his first job. Notre Dame fans are pretty demanding. I mean, kind of like Alabama, Georgia fans. Notre Dame fans, they want a national championship. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be kind of tough for him, that first-year coach. Hopefully they give him a chance and see what happens. But that's it. I would move Notre Dame down just because that USC is probably about right, since they haven't played, but they got Lincoln Riley.
Hey, what's your take on Georgia?
I think Georgia's going to struggle. They lost a lot of defense, a lot of big
so I told about
one of the best defenses in the history of college football last year. I think losing all that defense, I think you guys got a lot of defense. I'm just saying, losing that kind of defense, you're gonna struggle a little bit. You're not gonna be like you were last year.
I was at the gas station today, and I told the guys, I said Georgia will not be a perennial powerhouse in the NCAA this year. They will not.
They will not be.
I'm being honest.
Okay.
We got no defense.
Yeah, they're going to struggle. I mean, you still will have a solid defense, but it just won't be as good as last year. You're not going to hold teams
right.
4.2 yards per play. You're not going to hold
correct
teams to 10 points per game that you did last year, right? I mean, you may still hold teams to, maybe you hold teams to 17 points a game, but that's 7 points, that you're giving up now.
Let me be honest with you. Georgia will not be nowhere. Georgia might go to one of those
big bowls,
Bowl,
something like that.
Bowl.
But they won't be in the playoffs.
They won't be in no playoff contention.
Okay, but they're number 3 right now. Right now, according to the playoffs.
Man,
system,
damn, they're number 3. We won't be in nobody playoff contention. Period.
Okay.
We already proved the point.
Yeah, you did. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice though if you guys got back in, right? I mean, I'm sure that's what you're rooting for.
We're not going back, dog.
Okay. What about Clemson? Do you think they're going to jump in again?
Hell no.
No?
Hell no.
No? Okay.
Clem who? Oh.
Clemson. Yeah, what's your early favorites? Give us your early top 4 that get into the playoffs right now.
Man, right now.
Early top 4.
I mean, Alabama, Clemson, Georgia.
We just said Clemson wasn't going to. You just
Flo, listen. Alabama, Clemson. Flo, listen. Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, maybe Oregon.
You said Georgia wasn't going to get in. You just said that.
We're not going to win no chip. That's what I just told you. We're not going to win no chip, son.
Yeah, but you said they weren't even going to get
no chip.
Well, no chip, but I'm saying, okay, you got me confused. Okay.
We're talking about chip, dog.
Okay. No, but I said, I asked you, are they going to get in the playoffs? You said you're not.
Georgia getting in, they ain't going to do nothing. They ain't going to do nothing, bro.
Okay. I see probably Alabama's going to be in there. I don't know about Clemson. I think A&M might make a run, and I feel like maybe USC might get up there because, if you remember USC, they got Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams was at OU. Caleb Williams is a stud. He's a really good quarterback, and he transferred out of OU and followed Lincoln Riley over to USC. I mean, Caleb Williams is going to be a Heisman Trophy candidate at USC. So I think USC makes a run this year with Lincoln Riley. Possibly.
Right.
So that's what I see right now. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, USC. I'm gonna say USC, A&M, Alabama, and I'm gonna throw in who else probably get up there. Man, I don't know who else would be in there. Maybe just a surprise team that's not in the top 10 right now. I don't know who, but someone else other than the top 10 right now. But we'll see what happens. Let us know what you think in the comments. Who you think is gonna be in the preseason top 10? Do you have any thoughts about that? So before let's go into the NFL. Before we do that, let's look at this video over this past week. Let me see if I can have it right here. Hang on real quick. So I'm going to share the screen here. And let's see where you at. All right. Is that your music in the background?
That's you, bro. Hold on.
That's not me.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's share this. Over the weekend, unfortunately, Marion Barber had passed away.
Sad, dog. Sad, dog.
Do what you love.
The little man Cowboys put out.
Marion Barber, he just won't stop running, who is really a scoring machine. Breaking a tackle. Touchdown, Marion Barber. Blast to the goal line. Touchdown. Marion Barber just
on the sideline. A big play by Barber.
He's still going to the pylon. Barber got another touchdown. First and 20, they run.
All right. Man, so Marion Barber, unfortunately, passed away Wednesday. So shout out to him and his family. Unfortunately, he passed away. Hang on real quick because I have
Go ahead, bro.
two things at once. Where are you at? There it is. Trying to full screen it. There we go. I think he was 38. He was about to turn 39. He would have turned 39 on June the 10th. Obviously going through a lot of things. We don't know exactly what happened, but shout out to him. Condolences to him and his family. They just found him. They had a welfare check for Marion Barber on that day. There was a leak apparently in the apartment, or so there was a report of a leak. So they knocked down the door, went in, and found him. There's still no details as far as what exactly happened. But shout out to him and his family and friends, and hopefully they find out what happened. Hopefully there was no foul play, but no, they don't know exactly what was going on. I know Dez Bryant had talked about him as far as going through a lot. I know he had mentioned something on Twitter that he's been going through a lot of stuff since he retired in 2012. I think he's been into some mental health issues. Been
mental health issues and stuff, man.
A couple times since his retirement. So hopefully that's a sad situation, but we shout out to his family and everything and his friends. Condolences to them, and it's a sad day. Marion the Barbarian, as the Cowboys used to call him, he was original kind of, people used to say original beast mode. That's what kind of how we said it. A lot of Cowboy fans, remember him fighting his way out of the end zone. But anyway, and just being able to just break through tackles and things like that. So, but anyway, yeah. So if we're gonna move on to the next subject as far as the NFL, so we're moving into NFL. Let me see here. So Tyreek the other day, we never got a chance to address it, but there's a quote from Tyreek saying that Tua actually has one of the prettiest balls I've ever caught in my life. So is Tyreek just blowing smoke here? Do you think he really believes that?
Hello.
Tua has one of the prettiest balls he's ever caught in his life.
You don't crack, man.
What do you think?
You don't crack. You don't crack.
What do you think?
You don't crack. Yeah, listen, man.
Hold on. We need that sound effect, right? Hold on.
Smoke weed.
Crazy. Yeah. So I don't know. Anyway, What are you thinking? Let me
Now,
turn this off because
now
I got. Go ahead.
I think Tyreek is a good running back. He's in a great
Uh-huh.
position.
Right.
He's not going to thrive. He's not going to thrive in Miami, bro.
You think he was just saying that?
He just
He just talking.
he's just bumping his
He's
gums,
bumping his
dog. That's all
gums.
they're doing, bumping his
Yeah.
gums.
You
But
don't
that's
think he
it.
really believes that? I don't think he really believes that. I mean, that's just me. I
Yeah,
think he's trying to sell it. For the most part, he's trying to sell. Um, I don't know. He's trying to sell that Tua is going to be great. He hasn't proven that. Now Tua, this is a lot of pressure on Tua if you think about it, because he's got a lot of weapons now. He can't really make that excuse that he doesn't really have any offensive weapons anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
right.
this is going to put a lot of pressure on him to do well this year, even if they don't like win the Super Bowl. I mean, they don't have to, but they're going to have to make the playoffs at a minimum. You know what I'm saying?
What playoff they made?
Playoffs, playoffs, playoffs. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying they're gonna have to make the playoffs because he's got a lot of weapons now. He's got Tyreek, probably arguably one of the fastest players in the NFL. So you're gonna have to make some. I think he's gonna have to make the playoffs. I think there's a lot of pressure on him. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
All
bro.
right, let us know what you think about Tyreek's quote about a couple weeks ago, I believe. Let us know what you think there. The question that we have for the NFL, real quick. So, which rookie wide receiver will have the biggest impact this year or this season, statistically, the biggest statistical year? Yards and touchdowns and all that stuff. Who's going to be the biggest wide receiver? A lot of rookie. They said this was a deep wide receiver class that was drafted. Here's a top 10 wide receivers as far as their rankings. The top 10 wide receivers that were ranked. I mean, they weren't necessarily drafted this way, but this is just how they were ranked by the experts, so-called experts. You had Garrett Wilson. Where is he from? Was he out of USC? I'm trying to remember. I don't have it all written down here, but
I ain't got it in front of me, new.
Garrett Wilson was your top. I think he was Ohio State. Anyway, then you had Jamison Williams. Of course, I think he's Alabama. And then you had Drake London, Chris Olave. So this is how they had him ranked going into the draft. Traylon Burks, Jahan Dotson. I think he call him hot sauce. Yeah. George Pickens, John Minchie, another Alabama product. Sky Moore at number 9. And they had Calvin Austin. Christian Watson is number 11, and then David Bell, number 12. That was not how they were drafted, but that's they weren't drafted they weren't drafted necessarily in that order. I know Sky Moore fell to like the second round or something like that. Maybe in late third round. No, late second round. So, but anyway, so which one of those receivers do you think, based on where they went? Because Garrett Wilson went to the Jets. Jameis Williams went to the Lions. Drake London went to the Falcons. Chris Olave went to the Saints. Traylon Burks went to the Titans. Jahan Dotson went to Washington. George Pickens went to the Steelers. John Minchie went to the Texans, and Sky Moore went to the Chiefs. And then we have Christian Watson, who went to the Packers. So out of those kind of 10, those are kind of your top 10. Or is there someone else in another team that you think which one of those receivers is going to make the biggest impact or have the biggest statistical year? The rookie.
Man, bro, to be honest, I really don't know, and I hope the guy that Falcons drafted. I hope he makes a good impact.
What? Okay, why are you saying the guy from the Packers?
Man,
Christian
I
Watson.
said the guy for the Falcons. The guy for the Falcons that the Falcons drafted.
Oh, okay. No, he's actually going to be pretty good. The only problem is who's throwing him the ball.
Who's gonna throw in the ball? You just answered your own question, dog.
Who's gonna throw him the ball?
I'm gonna throw it to him.
You're gonna throw it to him, man. You probably may do a better job. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. I don't know who. To me,
it's hard to say, bro.
I hate to say this, but I feel like Sky Moore may end up being that guy for the Chiefs, just because he's with Mahomes. I'm a Mahomes guy. I really like Mahomes. I think that Sky Moore may be the guy that breaks out. I also and it's going to sound like I'm being a homer. I think the guy Jalen Tolbert, a third-round pick out of South Alabama, Jalen Tolbert, they've seen him in camp. He looks really good. He's a bigger target. I don't know. I think he's like over 6 foot, 6'2". I don't know him up next to CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup. I don't know. Jalen Tolbert, don't forget the name with the Cowboys. He may have a breakout year. Drake London, it depends on how Mariota, the guy the Falcons drafted. Drake London could be good for you guys. It just depends how Mariota plays for you guys. Mariota hasn't started in a while, so it all depends. You're gonna still have Kyle Pitts at tight end, so you got a couple of good weapons, but it's just the quarterback. What are you gonna do, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I don't think George Pickens going to the Steelers, even if you get that rookie Kenny Pickett, if he's the starter, I don't know how well they're gonna do. Two rookies, a rookie quarterback, rookie wide receiver. I think Christian Watson might be the other guy, the guy who went to the Packers. He was in the second round, 34th overall. Rodgers needs a wide receiver, right? Because he actually didn't have anybody.
You said Green Bay needed a wide receiver.
Yeah, and they got Christian Watson,
who's
one of the top receivers coming out. They got him in the late in the second round, middle second round. 34th pick, early second round. My bad. 34th pick overall. So that's like early into the second round. I think he's going to do well just because he's a high quality receiver and they need one. He might be the best receiver on the team as a rookie. So he might get a lot of targets from Rodgers, depending if they get some chemistry. So let us know what you think. Who's going to be the top receiver coming out of the draft as far as wide receiver? Canteen, you didn't have anything for me, even though I gave you the topics, but that's fine.
Go ahead, bro. I'm with you, man.
Oh, you said you didn't know who was going to be the receiver.
Man, all them dirt receivers you had, man. Come on, bro.
I gave you the receivers. All right.
What's next, man?
All right, man. All right. So, which second-year quarterback will have the biggest leap from their rookie year? So we have a few, the top. These were the rookies last year going into their second year. Who's going to have the best leap from year one to year two? Not everybody in this list started last year, but I think half of them started at least at some point in the season, except for one of them. So Zach Wilson with the Jets, Trevor Lawrence with the Jags, Trey Lance. Could he be a starter this year with the San Francisco? Justin Fields with the Bears and Mac Jones. Those are your rookies last year, probably your top QB rookies. Which one of those guys will make the biggest leap from last year to this year? Now, Mac Jones started the whole year, so he'd have to make a pretty significant leap to beat what he did last year. Or is there some other quarterback you're thinking of that?
Which Fields, one of those guys? Justin Fields, man. I think Justin Fields got a phenomenal year this year, man.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Justin Fields.
Yes, sir.
With the Bears.
And the reason I feel the way I feel that he's going to set the stage, man.
Okay. We'll see. I feel like I want to say if Trey Lance starts, to me, that's a no-brainer. If Trey Lance is a starter, he'll make the biggest leap because last year he basically played just a handful of snaps. I don't think he started a single game. So if Trey Lance is a starter, to me that's a no-brainer. Trey Lance will have the biggest leap from last year to this year. To me, no-brainer. Mac Jones, I don't think he makes a big leap. I think he does better, but I don't think he makes a big leap from last year. Justin Fields, I think the Bears are still. They really don't have much of a team. They don't have the offense. I don't know what they've done in the draft. I just don't see him making a big leap. They have a new head coach now. A lot of things changing. Trevor Lawrence, same thing. They have a new head coach. A lot of things changing.
You said Trevor Lawrence. They got what's the guy from the Eagles?
Yeah, Peterson.
Yeah, Mike Peterman, Mark Peterman, whatever his name is.
Yeah, the old Eagles head coach. I mean, he's a good coach, but you're talking about he's coming in new, so he's gonna have to implement whatever system he wants to implement. Now, that doesn't mean he can't do it right away, but I think to me, out of these guys, unless Trey Lance starts, I think Trevor Lawrence possibly could be, or Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson could be the guy who makes the biggest leap this
So
year.
what? What did the Jets have to offer, Flo?
Huh?
Say the Jets. What did the Jets bring to the table?
Well, the Jets, I think they drafted pretty well. They got some linemen, and I think they got a couple of outside receivers. They got that one receiver. What was that guy? They drafted probably one of the best receivers in the draft. I'm trying to remember his name here. Give me a second. They got Garrett Wilson. They drafted him, so got him a good weapon. He runs a
Okay.
4.3, 6 foot. He was probably the highest rated receiver in the draft. So I think he's going to have a decent season. I think, it all depends on Zach Wilson's, how well does he do this year? What has he learned having a year in his pocket? I think that this could be something like, who was it with the Bengals? Joe Burrow and what's the receiver they had with the Bengals?
Talking about Joe Burrow and the guy from Louisiana, LSU.
LSU.
Yeah, he LSU
His
guy.
name. Can't remember his name. Let me see if I got it right here. Anyway, Joe Burrow and the receiver they had last year, he was a rookie. I mean, Joe Burrow wasn't a rookie that year, but they definitely had a connection in him and that receiver. He's a rookie receiver for the Bengals. I'm trying to think of his name. No, I can't think of his name. What do you guys?
Not Nixon, not Mixon.
No, not Mixon. Jamar Chase. That's his name.
Jamar Chase, LSU
Yeah,
guy.
Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow had a big year last year. That was Jamar Chase's first year. Basically, Burrow's first year. I mean, he missed most of last year, so that was almost like a rookie season for Joe Burrow. I think
Joe Burrow's a rookie team. Yeah.
that might be something similar with Zach Wilson, his second year going into the league, right? Last year he didn't do too well. He didn't get injured or anything, but he comes in, he gets a quality receiver in Garrett, and I think that's going to bode well for him. And if they can make that connection, Zach Wilson and what's his name? I don't remember.
Who's that?
Garrett Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. Wow, they got the same last name. Garrett Wilson. Wilson to Wilson. That
out of Jets.
Wilson to Will. I didn't even realize that when I just looked at that. But yeah, Garrett Wilson is the basically the receiver, the rookie receiver, and Zach Wilson plays there. Wilson to Wilson may become a trend. I'm calling it right now. Wilson to Wilson is going to be trending next year for the Jets. Wilson to Wilson. Anyway, but he's got a weapon. My point is, I think that's gonna bode well for Zach Wilson, and then it just depends on him how well he stepped it up going into this season. All right, so last topic for the NFL. Let us know who you think the best rookie receiver will be this year, and then also the biggest leap from year 1 to year 2 as far as quarterback. So Deshaun Watson, apparently his accusers refused a $100K offer to settle out of court. They mainly refused because of the turned it down because of the non-disclosure agreement was really aggressive. I don't know what kind of non-disclosure agreement they had, but apparently it was a pretty aggressive non-disclosure agreement, and they all turned it down. At one point, they had all of them accepting it before it went. They were going to settle, except there was 4 who didn't want to settle, so that they were all together. Now it doesn't seem like any of them want to. This just seems like, is this going to hang over the Browns all season? This Deshaun Watson thing. What you think Goodell's going to give him? What do you think? What thoughts on this whole situation with Deshaun Watson here?
I think this is really going to damage the Browns, bro. You bring in a top tier quarterback, but he got a lot of baggage and drama.
Right. Yeah.
That's gonna hurt the team, man.
Well, I mean, it almost feels like we have to get the suspension out of the way. We just don't know. They're going to suspend him. It's obvious probably they're going to suspend him at some point for some amount of time. And I think that's the first step. Once you find out how long he's out, then that kind of helps you move on and say, okay, we don't have Deshaun Watson for 5 games, first 8 games, whatever the case may be. I think it'll probably be. Man, I'm gonna say it's because there's so many accusers. I mean, here's the thing. Here's the complicated part: is that he didn't get indicted in a criminal court by the grand jury, right? But now they're suing him civilly, similar to what Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. It's a civil case.
Civil court.
Yeah, it's not a criminal case anymore. But they could win. The burden of proof is a lot lower in a civil case, so he could be found guilty in the civil case and lose more money, or maybe not. I don't know. But here's the thing: the NFL is going to suspend him because they have the history of that, even when there's been no actual criminal charges. But anyway,
right.
So he's gonna. It all depends. I think this is going to hang over them unless the suspension comes out early before the preseason. I think this needs to come out before the season start. That way, the Browns can kind of put in their heads, hey, they're going to be without Deshaun for a blank amount of games. They already know going into the season. I feel like it's going to be a long suspension. That's what I feel like. This is going to be 8 games or more.
8? Oh man.
Yeah, we're talking about half the season. I just feel like it's going to be a stiff suspension.
So what you saying? It's not
well,
the Browns.
Yeah, the NFL has been hard into this. I mean, they've leaned into it a little more as far as these Me Too movement has been weighed kind of heavy on people and different NFL and different other sports and stuff like that. So I feel like it's going to be a big suspension, and this is going to hurt the Browns this year. I don't think the Browns will do anything if they don't have Deshaun Watson for 8 games. They're not going to do much. I don't think Baker Mayfield's going to be there, even though he's still with the team currently. He's not going to play for them for 8 games. Do you think that?
How's he going to bounce back from 8 games if he ain't been playing?
But I'm saying he's still with the team. I mean, he could potentially play for them.
He's irrelevant at this point, Flo. He's irrelevant.
Not necessarily, because no one wants him. What if he plays 8 games and he balls out?
Okay.
So a team might want him.
Okay, so Flo, if he's out the first 8-9 games, who's starting for the Browns?
Baker Mayfield's what I'm saying. Because Baker Mayfield needs to go out there and prove himself, because nobody wants him right now. No one's fighting to get him. People are just waiting for the Browns to release him. They don't want to trade for him. You know what I'm saying?
See. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
I don't think Baker will do it, but I think it would be a good idea for him to play.
But do you think the Browns are going to hold on to Baker Mayfield if they got Deshaun Watson at this point when the season starts?
If Deshaun Watson is suspended for 8 to 10 games, why wouldn't you?
You hold on to him.
I would, but you have to convince him to play. I mean, you could hold on to Baker and he'll sit. He'll just hold out. He won't play.
But what is Baker Mayfield incentive for staying? I mean, he's staying. He's gonna be there anyway. But I'm talking about what are you gonna give him?
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna pay him. Plus, he gets to showcase his skills for another team. That's all I'm saying.
I was there.
He could showcase his skills to another team and potentially be able to get himself a job, because he doesn't have a job right now. Nobody wants him right now. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that is because they know the Browns are caught in a corner. They have to get rid of him. They're not going to keep him past this year for sure. You know that once the suspension's up for Deshaun Watson, they're going to keep him, right? You're not going to keep Baker Mayfield past this year.
Right.
Even if they keep him now for the first 8 games, they're not going to keep him past this year. Everybody knows that in NFL. Nobody's doubting that. So the teams are just waiting for the Browns to just release him and get him cheaper.
Right.
But if Baker plays, he at least showcases that he's still got skills, and maybe he gets a better offer from a team. That's all I'm saying.
We'll see.
All right, we'll see. NBA, let us know what you think.
The game about to start, bro.
Yeah, the game's about to start. So the Heat and the Mavericks both lost in the conference finals. Which team do you think is more likely to be back next year? The Heat.
Heat, dog. Heat.
You think the Heat will be back?
Heat the Mavericks.
Heat. Well, they both lost. Those are the other two teams that were in the finals.
I'm going with the Heat, baby. I'm going with the Heat, bro. Heat, brother. Heat.
Okay. I think this was the Heat's year. I think this was. Yeah. I don't think they'll be back next year, to be honest.
What?
I don't think they'll be back. I think this was their year. to make it one more time. I don't know. You got what Kyle Lowry had a poor playoffs. I know he was injured.
You got PJ.
Jimmy Buckets.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, Kyle Lowry.
PJ. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry did not play well at all. Now I'm not sure. We could chalk it up a little bit to his injuries, but he had a poor playoffs. And I don't know about Jimmy Buckets. Matt Strauss struggled. Jimmy was inconsistent. He had some big games. PJ Tucker's getting old for a basketball player. Bam Adebayo didn't have a good playoffs. I just don't see them coming back and having the season they had this year. I think this was kind of a magical season for them. I see them being a playoff team, but I don't see them being the number 1 seed next year. Do you? I don't see them being the number 1 seed.
No, sir.
Yeah. So
not the Heat. Not the Heat.
I think the Mavericks are only going to get better. I think I think the Mavericks are going to. I mean, you've got Donich, Baby Bird, as Shannon Sharp likes to call him. But you got Luka Donich. He's going to be the same. He's going to be better next year, or as good or better. And if they get him another star, another scorer to help him with the scoring, I think they're right. But they're right back next year, right? And they're a young team.
The Mavericks got a lot of young guns.
That's
they
what
got
I'm saying.
Anderson, got young guns. They got guys that can go to the limit.
I see the Mavericks and the Grizzlies taking over next year.
We're gonna see.
Being the top two teams.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right. Let us know what you think. Who's got a bigger chance? I think the Mavericks got a better chance of being in the playoffs and making a run next year than the Heat. To me, I think the Heat are just getting. This is their chance. All right. So the Golden State Warriors about to start. The Celtics taking away home court advantage. They win game 1 in Golden State. So who wins game 2? What's your thoughts, Canteen? And what's your thoughts about game 2? Golden State.
Hey.
Golden State, yeah.
I like Golden State by 20 tonight.
By what?
Golden State by 20 tonight.
20? What?
Close.
Oh, so you backed off a little from the off. You backed off a little, huh?
Golden State by 20. I think Golden State got to make a statement tonight. It's imperative.
I think Golden State's going to win, but I don't think it's going to be by that much. I think it's going to be a dogfight. Boston has a really great defense. Marcus Smart is your defensive player of the year. He's going to be on Steph a lot of the way. That's your leading scorer. He's going to frustrate and make Steph work. And they're going to make Steph work on defense. They're going to do switching and make Steph play defense. Against whoever, they're going to make him switch and make him play Tatum, make him play Brown. They're going to do switches and make Steph Curry work like he did last time. Early in the game, Steph went off a little bit earlier in game 1, and then they started making him work more, and Steph kind of cooled off in the second half. So I think this is going to be a dogfight. I think this is going to be a tough fought game, but Golden State has to win this game. They cannot go down 0-2 going back to Boston. Impossible. If they go down 0-2 going into Boston, this could be a sweep. Done. 0-4. They have to win this game to me. So, and I think Boston knows that. So Boston's going to play relaxed because Boston doesn't have anything to lose. They got what they wanted. They got a game in Golden State. I think Boston plays relaxed, and I think they play tough this game, and they make it hard on Golden State. And it's going to be hard. But Golden State wins, probably a close one, maybe by 4 or 5 points, I think. But Golden State wins this game because they're a veteran team. They're gonna make a few plays, but I think it's gonna be tough. I think it's gonna be tough because Boston has nothing to lose at this point. They've gotten what they needed. Tatum didn't even have a good game last game, and they still won. So to me, that's a plus for Boston. Boston coming in here playing loose. And they're just playing, and if they lose, they're okay. They're going back home 1-1. They're going back home playing 2 games in Boston. I think this is going to be a tough game for Golden State to win. They will not win by 20. I guarantee that.
We'll see.
All right, we'll see. Let us know what you think about this game. Share, like, do all that good stuff, man. I appreciate it. I pray that I don't know. I just think like that's what's going to happen. That's just me. In my opinion, that's what I think. Let me pull up this video. I'll close out video. But that's it. Let us know what you think. Share, like, do all that good stuff. We appreciate everybody. The 506 members that came on the Facebook group, we appreciate you. We thank you so much. And that's it, man. The bottom line, episode 17. That's it, baby. Hey, thanks, Canteen. We gotta figure out. We're gonna go to a Cowboy game down here in Texas. Canteen, me and Canteen gonna be at a game, probably the Colts game. Maybe we'll do a live show from the Colts game. We gotta figure out when we're gonna go. Probably sit up in the nosebleeds up high. Expensive tickets over there, right, Canteen? You good?
Hey, we pulling up, bro. 300 or better, dog. 300 or better.
Let's go.
Hey, man, look.
Yeah, what's up?
I like Golden State by 50 tonight.
Oh, man, come on, bro. All right, we'll see you next time.
Hey,
take care.
Bro.
See you next time, man.